Today we're diving into a nostalgic journey through time to explore three beloved holiday foods that have, sadly, disappeared from our tables. These dishes were once the stars of holiday feasts across America, bringing joy and togetherness to families during the festive season. But due to changing tastes, health concerns, and even ingredient availability, these foods are now just cherished memories. Number 1, Nesselrode Pie. Nesselrode pie is a fascinating relic of 20th century American culinary history that has largely disappeared from modern holiday tables. This dessert, with its rich and complex flavors, was once a hallmark of festive celebrations, especially in New York City and other urban centers. Named after Count Karl Nesselrode, a Russian diplomat in the 19th century, the pie reflects a European influence on American cuisine, embodying a blend of Old World charm and New World adaptation. The Nesselrode pie's main ingredients included chestnut puree, candied fruits, and a splash of rum, giving it a unique taste profile that was both sweet and slightly savory. It was often served frozen or chilled, making it a refreshing yet indulgent end to a hearty holiday meal. The preparation of Nesselrode pie was quite labor-intensive, which likely contributed to its decline. The chestnuts needed to be boiled, peeled, and pureed, a process that took considerable time and effort. Additionally, the candied fruits, which were not as readily available in the average American pantry, required either a trip to a specialty store or making them at home, adding another layer of complexity. The pie first gained popularity in the early 1900s, likely due to the increasing interest in French cuisine among the American upper class. At this time, Nesselrode pudding, from which the pie is adapted, was already a well-known European dish. As the dessert crossed the Atlantic, American chefs began to modify it to suit local tastes and ingredients. By the 1940s and 1950s, the pie had become a holiday favorite, particularly in New York City. Many attribute its widespread popularity during this period to the famous restaurant Gage and Tollner in Brooklyn, which served Nesselrode pie as a signature dish. The rise and fall of Nesselrode pie also reflect broader changes in American food culture. During the post-World War II era, there was a marked shift towards convenience and efficiency in the kitchen, which led to the decline of many dishes that required time-consuming preparation. Moreover, the pie's reliance on chestnuts, an ingredient that became less popular in America due to the chestnut blight that devastated American chestnut trees in the early 20th century, further hastened its disappearance. Nesselrode pie's decline was also influenced by changing tastes and the evolution of holiday desserts. As American palates began to favor simpler, more straightforward desserts, the rich and intricate Nesselrode pie fell out of favor. In the 1970s and 1980s, recipes for the pie began to disappear from cookbooks, and it became increasingly rare to find it on restaurant menus. Today, Nesselrode pie is largely forgotten, existing mainly in the memories of those who enjoyed it in their youth or in the pages of vintage cookbooks. However, there has been a minor revival of interest in vintage and retro desserts, with some home bakers and chefs attempting to recreate Nesselrode pie. This resurgence is driven by a desire to explore and preserve culinary history, as well as a growing interest in unique niche flavors that offer a departure from the standard holiday fare. For those adventurous enough to try making Nesselrode pie today, they may find that sourcing chestnuts, particularly in the form required for the original recipe, presents a challenge. Many modern recreations opt for canned chestnut puree, which simplifies the process but can alter the texture and flavor slightly. Additionally, some contemporary versions of the pie have adapted the recipe to include gelatin to stabilize the filling, or have substituted more readily available fruits for the traditional candied variety. These changes reflect the broader trend of adapting classic recipes to modern tastes and ingredient availability while still attempting to capture the essence of the original dish. Nesselrode pie remains a symbol of a bygone era, representing a time when holiday desserts were an elaborate affair and the effort put into cooking was a form of expressing care and celebration. Though it's unlikely to regain its former widespread popularity, Nesselrode pie endures as a testament to the richness of America's culinary past, evoking nostalgia and curiosity among food historians and enthusiasts alike. Number 2. The Perfection Salad. The Perfection Salad is a fascinating and somewhat peculiar dish that rose to prominence in the early 20th century. It embodies the era's unique approach to cuisine, particularly the fascination with molded salads and the newfound convenience of gelatin as a versatile ingredient. Created in 1904 by Mrs. John E. Cook of New Castle, Pennsylvania, the Perfection Salad was a winner of a recipe contest sponsored by Knox Gelatine, and its popularity quickly spread across America. This salad, typically made with gelatin, vinegar, shredded cabbage, celery, and pimentos, offered a tangy and crisp contrast to the sweeter or richer dishes that were often found on holiday tables. The use of gelatin in the Perfection Salad is a key characteristic that reflects the culinary trends of its time. During the early 1900s, gelatin was not only a novelty but also a status symbol. The ability to create a dish with a perfectly clear molded gelatin base indicated a certain level of culinary sophistication and access to refrigeration technology, which was still relatively new in many American homes. Gelatin molds became a way to showcase creativity and innovation in the kitchen, allowing for various ingredients to be suspended in a shimmering, jewel-like form. The Perfection Salad, with its colorful vegetables set in a tangy gelatin mixture, was often seen as a centerpiece dish at social gatherings, adding both visual appeal and a conversation starter to any table. As the salad became more popular, variations of the recipe began to emerge. Some versions included the addition of olives, pickles, or other pickled vegetables to enhance the tart flavor profile. Others added a layer of aspic, a savory gelatin made from meat stock to give the dish a more robust taste. The adaptability of the Perfection Salad made it a versatile dish that could be modified to suit different tastes and occasions. It was also commonly served with a dollop of mayonnaise or a slice of cottage cheese on the side, further enhancing its status as a dish that balanced sweet, sour, and savory elements. The popularity of the Perfection Salad also coincided with a broader cultural movement towards healthier eating, particularly for women. In the early to mid-20th century, there was a growing emphasis on maintaining a slender figure, and foods that were perceived as light or diet-friendly gained favor. The Perfection Salad, with its low-calorie ingredients and fresh vegetables, was often marketed as a healthy option that could be enjoyed guilt-free. Cookbooks and women's magazines frequently featured the recipe, highlighting its nutritional benefits and its suitability for the modern woman who was mindful of her diet, but still wanted to prepare a dish that was both attractive and delicious. Despite its initial popularity, the Perfection Salad began to lose favor by the 1960s and 1970s as American culinary tastes evolved. The rise of new food technologies, global cuisine influences, and a growing preference for fresh, non-processed ingredients led to the decline of gelatin-based dishes. The salad, once a symbol of culinary sophistication and modernity, started to feel outdated and overly artificial. Additionally, the process of making the salad, boiling the gelatin, chilling the mold, and carefully arranging the vegetables was time-consuming and required a level of precision that many home cooks found daunting, as convenience became a more prominent consideration in meal preparation. Today, the Perfection Salad is remembered with a mix of nostalgia and bemusement. It serves as a reminder of a time when American cuisine was heavily influenced by both practicality and a desire to impress, reflecting broader social and cultural dynamics of the early 20th century. For some, it brings back memories of family gatherings, potlucks, and a time when gelatin molds were a centerpiece of the holiday table. For others, it's a quirky relic of culinary history that symbolizes the creative and sometimes odd experiments of past generations. While it is unlikely that the Perfection Salad will make a widespread comeback, it remains a beloved memory for those who grew up with it and an intriguing piece of America's culinary past for food historians and enthusiasts. Occasionally, it resurfaces in retro-themed cookbooks or at nostalgic food events, where its unique blend of flavors and its striking appearance continue to capture attention. For those interested in culinary history or vintage recipes, recreating the perfection salad can be an exciting way to connect with a bygone era of American home cooking. Number 3. Boiled custard. Boiled custard, a classic Southern holiday dessert, has been cherished for generations but is now becoming increasingly rare in modern kitchens. Unlike its cousin, the more widely recognized eggnog, boiled custard is much thicker and is typically consumed with a spoon rather than sipped from a glass. The texture of boiled custard is silky smooth, similar to a creme anglaise, and its flavor is rich with vanilla, cream, and a hint of nutmeg. This dessert is a testament to the Southern tradition of transforming simple ingredients into something comforting and luxurious. The preparation of boiled custard requires patience and precision, which might be one reason for its decline in popularity. The process starts with heating milk and cream over medium heat until it is just below boiling, then slowly whisking it into a mixture of beaten egg yolks and sugar. The key is to heat the custard gently, constantly stirring to prevent the eggs from curdling, which requires a certain level of skill and experience. Once the custard has thickened enough to coat the back of a spoon, it is typically strained to ensure a smooth texture and then chilled before serving. Boiled custard's roots can be traced back to English culinary traditions, which heavily influenced Southern American cuisine. However, the dish became distinctly Southern in its use of local ingredients and the emphasis on a rich, creamy texture. In many Southern households, especially in the Appalachian region, boiled custard is not just a holiday treat, but a symbol of familial bonds and shared traditions. It was often made in large batches, stored in jars, and served throughout the holiday season, from Thanksgiving to New Year's Day. The decline of boiled custard can be attributed to several factors. The rise of commercial eggnog in the 20th century provided a more convenient alternative for those seeking a festive, egg-based beverage or dessert. Additionally, concerns about food safety, particularly regarding the use of raw or undercooked eggs, have made many home cooks hesitant to prepare traditional boiled custard. This caution has led to the development of pasteurized egg products, but these substitutes often lack the rich flavor that comes from using fresh eggs, further diminishing interest in making boiled custard from scratch. In modern times, boiled custard has largely been replaced by lighter, less labor-intensive desserts. However, there are still pockets of the South where this dish is a cherished part of the holiday season. Some families maintain the tradition of preparing boiled custard each year, often using recipes that have been passed down for generations. These recipes are sometimes closely guarded secrets, with each variation reflecting the unique tastes and preferences of different families. Another reason for the fading popularity of boiled custard is the shift in dietary habits and preferences. As Americans have become more health conscious, the heavy cream, whole milk, and sugar content of boiled custard have made it less appealing to those looking to reduce their calorie and fat intake. Moreover, the time-consuming nature of its preparation does not align well with the fast-paced, convenience-driven lifestyle of the modern era. Despite its decline, boiled custard has seen a minor resurgence among food enthusiasts and those interested in culinary history. These individuals are drawn to the authenticity and nostalgia of vintage recipes, aiming to preserve and celebrate the rich culinary heritage of the American South. Some contemporary chefs have experimented with boiled custard, adding modern twists, such as infusing it with bourbon, or incorporating flavors like lavender and cardamom to appeal to modern palates. To recreate boiled custard in its traditional form is to step back into a time when desserts were not just about satisfying a sweet tooth, but about bringing people together. Making boiled custard requires attention and care, making it a labor of love and a means of honoring past generations who cherished this holiday staple. For those who still make boiled custard today, it serves as a delicious reminder of the enduring power of food to connect us to our history and to each other.